Welcome to the first video of learning technical analysis step by step, and let's start with the first question. What is technical analysis? Now before I start defining technical analysis, let's first try to understand how do people operate in today's stock market. Now stock market is all about one thing, and that is predictions. So one group of people can think that the stock can go up, the other group can think the stock can go down, and depending upon who wins, that group earns money. Now let's talk more on this word prediction, because that's where the whole stock market actually revolves. Now there are two standard ways of predicting a stock or predicting a value in a stock market. The first one is called as the fundamental analysis, and the second one is called as the technical analysis. Fundamental analysis actually looks for reasons, while technical analysis looks at the stock price. In other words, fundamental analysis actually looks at the ground reality. It actually, people ask questions like what, why, where, is there any news, okay, what is the face value of the stock, what is the PE ratio. So in other words, it actually hunts for reasons to understand why the stock price should go up or down, while stock price actually looks at the current value, it looks at the past history, and then depending on these both values, it actually predicts the future price. So in other words, fundamental analysis looks for reasons, while technical analysis only looks at the stock price. So at the end of the day, fundamental analysis is all about economic data. In other words, the PE ratio of the company, the balance sheet of the company, the profit and loss, what kind of debt the company has. Fundamental analysis is all about knowing the reasons, why, what, where, when, how. It's all about tracking the news regarding the company. So in other words, if you really sum up, fundamental analysis is nothing but, at the end of the day, it's the ground reality. What exactly today the company is doing, and where the company is standing. Now as a lame person, you will say that why should I not trust fundamental analysis more rather than your technical analysis, which just looks at the stock price? Because see, fundamental analysis actually is a ground reality, and that's the best way to know if the company will perform or not. So why should I ever even look at stock price? I just look at the fundamental of the company. I track their news, I track their economic data, I track the reasons, I track what they do on day-to-day basis, and then I decide should I be a part of this company or not. Now this debate that technical analysis, why technical analysis is better than fundamental analysis, or why fundamental analysis is better than technical analysis, is going on for years for now. It's been debated, it's been talked in all forums, and both of these sections or both of these parties have their own strong points as well as weak points. So let me not get into that discussion, because that's a never-ending topic. Okay, I would like to put forward my point, personal point, why I feel technical analysis is better than fundamental analysis. The first point which I want to make in favor of technical analysis is that how practical is fundamental analysis. In other words, whatever economic data which has been published on the sites, must be BSE, NSE, or on the company website, how genuine is that data? I do understand that there are rules and regulations. People cannot today just go and push any data on the web, but still, I still want to confirm that if the economic data what is published is genuine, and it is right, and it is reflecting the current company's economic situation. Second, the reasons for which I feel that the company is good or bad. The source, from where I got those reasons, how genuine are those sources? How do I ensure that the source don't have their own personal profits or personal intentions involved in giving me reasons which are wrong or right. And the third is the news. How can anyone ensure me that I am the first 10% or the 100 persons, who gets the good or the bad news of the company first forehand, before even it goes and reaches, the stock market. So in other words, at the end of the day, this is more of a tedious process. See, in today's world, people are, stock market is not people's main business. If you see, like, if you really look at the common investors, their main business, they are probably into IT, or they are probably, into some other profession, must be into medical profession, or must be into education profession. And investment, is what they do as a part-time job. So definitely nobody has a leisure, to basically give a halt to his main job and start hunting around, what is the economic data of the company, the reasons are right or wrong, when will the news be come out. So when will the news be coming out in the market. So it's very difficult for a common person to really go and start hunting, the reasons or the ground reality of a company. But at the end of the day, whatever happens anywhere in the company, right, it first goes and affects the stock price. So if I just track this guy, I am going to track all of these guys indirectly. So rather than getting into all these confusions of tracking the ground reality of the company, why don't I just track the stock price movement? For example, let's say that the stock price is 50 rupees, okay, or 50 rupees, and suddenly it has jumped to 100 rupees. That means there is something happening in the company. Must be there is some news which is going to come out, or there are some fundamental reasons, that some financial institution is buying a lot of quantity because something good is expected. So rather than tracking all these fundamental things, I would just track the stock price, and then the stock price is the one person who is affected, irrespective of what happens, good or bad, in the fundamental area. So I hope that this video was useful, and this video helped us to understand why technical analysis is better than fundamental analysis. Again, as I said, that it is a debated topic, but that's just a personal opinion what we have put forward. So in the coming video, now what we will do is we'll try to understand what are the different aspects of technical analysis. So I hope that you enjoyed this video, and see you in the coming up videos. Thanks a lot.